Hello everyone, welcome to Mind Garbage. My name is Eric Myers. Um, Normally I do my whole introduction, the spiel as it were, but I'm actually a bit under the weather, and normally these videos, next two videos that you'll see eventually, well this one and then the next one, normally they're a little bit more energetic, but in case you can't tell, I'm like famished. Very, very bad case of food poisoning, and it's taken a lot out of me. So I'm still going to do my predictions and everything that I had talked about doing, but this video is going to be probably the 5 minutes range as opposed to 10. Oh my god. So, apologies to that, but I'm still going to make videos and whatnot, even if I am technically dying. You can see what I rub. Nothing bad, just my tummy. But, okay, so these are my 5 predictions that Microsoft is going to, announce at the E3 press conference that they're doing. Number 1. I have it on good authority, granted, my mind, that that Modern Warfare trilogy that just came out recently for the last gen consoles, I think that's going to be announced as backwards compatibility for their backwards compatibility program. Reason why I think that pretty recently, like a couple weeks ago or so, they just put on Black Ops as their backwards compatibility, which is really really big. It would make sense for me, like, even though obviously those games are still all out there, the fact that they just randomly come out with like a new collection for it makes me think like, oh, like it's packaged like this or whatever, and then you can just, by the way, it's all backwards compatible. So I feel like that could happen, and in fact, like, that's one of, like, even though it's an outlandish prediction, I'm pretty confident that will happen. Number 2, Crackdown will get a release date, and it will have a very, very impressive demo. I think they showed last year at E3 when they were showing off like a kind of like pre-alpha sort of stuff for Crackdown, and the stuff that game is doing is really impressive with the what's it called, like the cloud computing stuff. This is premium entertainment. So I think that it's going to, do something for that. Like, it'll just be a really impressive demo, and I think that the release date will be announced for it, and I think it's going to come out this year. The reason why I think that, we don't really know what Microsoft's like holiday lineup is, and last year they had Tomb Raider, there was a Forza game, there was Halo, and can't think of the other one. There had to have been another one, unless there was just 3. But so far, we don't really know of any ones that are, aside from, I'm assuming that there's a Forza game that is going to come out, because that's just how it works. And we don't really know of any other games that are coming out, unless, well, I'll get into that later. But I think Crackdown will get a release date, and I think it'll be sooner than we do think. I would say maybe around September-ish, because it just seems like the perfect time to put that game out. I don't know why, but I got a feeling. Number 3, a slew of new IP will be announced. Now, last year, they talked about ReCore, which I'm not really sure if that game's going to come out this year. Granted, because we haven't heard anything on it. They announced a new Rare IP. There's something else that they announced too. It's weird, I watch all these conferences, but I completely forget about them. And then the year before that, they announced a bunch of new IPs, and I think, oh god, Gears of War 4, that was the one I was thinking about. I couldn't remember what the hell was coming out this year. That's the one that's coming out. Getting back to what I'm talking about. I think that they're going to announce a bunch of new IPs also. Maybe a new Fable, although it seems really unlikely, especially considering that they just canceled Fable Legends and closed down Lionhead. But I think that, I really do think we're going to see a bunch of new games coming out this year. Or not this year, get announced, because that seems to be kind of Microsoft style. they really have been trying to, push the whole, IP sort of thing, considering that for the most part they've only had like Gears, Forza, and Halo, and for like a long time. So I believe that is what they're going to do. Let's see, number 4. So this one is kind of, it's morphin'. It's stewing around. It could change into 2 different things. I think Capcom is going to announce their new Resident Evil game, and I think it's going to be on, that press conference at the Microsoft one. Originally, I thought they could maybe announce Dead Rising 4. Capcom Vancouver hasn't been doing anything for a long time, and so I think it's been 3 years. They could, be like, hey, new Dead Rising coming out this year. That's what they did with Dead Rising 3. I think it will have, I think if they were to do a Dead Rising 4, it would be multi-platform, but it'll be like, you want to get this on Xbox sort of thing. So I think that's very possible. And my last, final prediction of what I assume would happen, keeping with tradition, is I think we're going to get a Halo 6 teaser, which is kind of crazy considering obviously that Halo 5 literally just came out. But to me, I don't see why you wouldn't, considering that is exactly what they did with Halo 5 before. That, Halo 4 came out in 2012, and I think it launched in like November or October, November, December, in that region. And then my apologies. And then, they talked about Halo 5 right at E3. So I think it would make sense, like, hey, let's talk about the new Halo. And also, I think we're going to get a release date for Halo Wars, and I believe that's another game that's going to come out this year. And so then what's interesting about that is that you would, if you were to have, you would have a new Gears of War, which is not like really a reboot. It is Gears of War 4, but it is, new cast of characters. And then you have a new Forza, and then you have new Halo Wars, which is kind of a different game, but you have that. And then Crackdown. I mean, you have at that point a very, very, very stellar lineup for an Xbox holiday season of, let's see, I think those are all exclusives that I just named. I'm sorry, I'm so out of it, you guys don't even know. But yeah, so that's what I think is going to happen during Microsoft's press conference. If you enjoyed the video, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. You can follow me on Twitter at EricMyers93, link down below. And thank you very much for watching. Sorry for being low energy and this being a little bit shorter. Only about by like 2 minutes almost, but I'm sorry. Food poisoning. I'm dying. Someone save me.